Hello everyone, it's Dragonfire1000 here and welcome back to another VRChat avatar tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to go through material swaps and a more efficient way to do it without having to use up material slots. This tutorial will require the basic knowledge of Unity and doing materials and adding materials to avatar. So the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need an avatar, and we're going to need a material. You can see here that there is a long strip of a bunch of colors here, and I have the avatar selected. We're going to make it so that we don't have to take up a material slot and decrease the performance level of your avatar. We need to make sure that everything is assigned as it needs to be. As you can see, I have a lot of seams here to mark what I wanted which color to be what. And we also have, if we select everything with A, we can see everything that's on that mesh, and specifically that is mapped. You can see it here in orange. So when you're making a material, I initially started with just this before I was thinking about doing material swaps. But as I thought more and more about it, I wanted to add different colors. So I added a swad color palette, a hawk's color palette, a cardinal, and a blue jay. And as you can see here, they look pretty much identical, other than the color changes. And that's because it is. So what you need to do is, in any program you got, I use Clip Studio for this, you want to extend your canvas out, and you can do it horizontal or vertical, but just keep in mind which way you have them laid out, because that will be very important when you get into Unity later. For this example, I've done it all vertical, because I just like working with sliding down. Now, as you can see, I've got all these highlighted, they're all in special squares, and I want to see what these are going to look like before I throw them over into Unity and upload the avatar. So I select that, and once I got everything, I press G and Y to slide down. If you're sideways, G and X. And I slide it over just to see how they fit in. And as you can see, there's the swad color. There's a few little things that look a little out of place. That's because I didn't select those meshes. That doesn't matter. So same thing again. That looks good. So again, I want to slide it down, just make sure all those colors are lining up. So G, Y again. Okay, looks good on that. On the hawks. Cardinal looks good. And because I just need to grab it down, slide down. GY again one more time to see the blue jay, how it's going to look. So if everything looks all well and good on that end, you're going to export the avatar into an FBX format. And then you're going to bring it up in Blender. This is already set up in Blender here. And once you import your avatar, you're going to need to create a material, which I have already done here, and you're going to put the skin into the albedo slot, or this little square right here. I'm on madcap lit. It would look slightly different depending on what texture you decide to do. And then you're going to put that material onto the avatar. Now, whatever it's set up in Blender as the initial thing, that's what it's going to set up with. So as you can see, it defaultly starts here. So when it was imported into Unity, it's going to start there. This is where keeping mind of how you set up your texture is very important. So I have it going down vertical, so I want to offset by Y. As you can see, it moves around different places. I do apologize, this might be a little hard on the eyes to look at, but you can see the material sliding. If I was to do it on the wrong direction, because I'm not horizontal, this is what would happen. We get some really weird stuff. Looks cool and glitchy, but that's not what we want. So when you're setting up this material, you can do it one of many ways, or this material swap. You can do it as a bool, as an integer, and as a float. For this example here, I have it as a float. Keep in mind though that when you do a material swap as a float, it's going to do that crazy little thing that I was showing there. If you don't mind that, that's totally cool. If you want something to use like as a projector slider, that would actually be a really great way of doing that. So we're going to go into our material. We're going to make a new animation first of all. So we're going to grab our avatar and we're going to create the material swap. I'm sure I pretty much made it here, if I can look. Yeah, material swap. So this is how a material swap will look if it's set up as a float. If you can see here, there's multiple different little pegs on the outline. But we're just going to look here. We're going to click the body, because this is the mesh we want to change the material on. And we want to slide down to where it says the material that we want to affect. And we just move, in my case, the Y, because it's horizontal or vertical. We move the Y. So keep a watch this. Do not press tiling because you're going to get really weird results if you touch that. I have done that way too many times. Another thing to keep in mind is watching that you're collecting or selecting the right offset, because if you don't, other weird things are going to happen. So MatCap here, it has this RGB. Don't touch this. Don't worry about this. This is nothing to worry about. But some materials will have emissions. Make sure you're not moving the emission offset because that'll do some really weird stuff. And then we're going to set up on each part of the timeline. Since we're doing this as a float, I'm going to go into where I want to change the slot. As you can see, I've changed the goggles, but I didn't change the skin here because you can set up multiple different materials to change at different times. Keep in mind, though, if it's on the same mesh and it has nothing other than a solid color, it will also affect the other materials, so keep in mind about that. So as you can see, no touching here. Now we go over to here. Here's the SWAD color. Look at the Y offset. It is now at -0.2. So that's given us our SWAD. And you can drag this by either grabbing here or you can fine tune it in numbers. I usually slide it to get it close to where I want it to be and then use the numbers, like type it in manually to just fine set it if I've got some places or some parts of the material that's sticking out that's not supposed to. And then we drag it again. As you can see, the goggles changed again, and then we change here. Now it's the Hawks. It's at -0.4. And then here again, -6. And -8. And that's where it sits at. I like to have a copied frame here just so it adds a little buffer so it doesn't immediately snap back to the very beginning mesh. Or, sorry, the beginning colors. But that's how to set it up as a float in the animation aspect of it. If we're wanting to do the material swap, go in here, outfit swap. So we set up our float, which should be right here, the outfit swap. We make a new blend tree by right-clicking, creating state, new from blend tree. Make sure you have your float as the motion time, because if you do not, it's going to cycle through the colors, and next thing you know, you're going to have a rave party on your avatar that you never really asked for. Double-click in here. Click on this guy. Make sure, again, the parameter is the outfit swap for your float, and you're going to add a no motion field, not a blend tree, motion field, and stick it in here. After that, you also want to make sure that, of course, you have your parameter, and you also have it in here as well. And for a controller, since it's a float, again, I have it as a rotation thing, so if we go into the outfit design, you can see the outfit swaps there set up as a radial puppet with the rotation parameter being the outfit swap. If you do a toggle here, it's going to only swap out until you click out of it, and then it's going to go back to normal. After that, you're good to go on the flow. If you want to set it up as a different thing, such as a integer parameter or as a bool, what you would do is you create a new state. This would be your animation state where it's normal. So in this case, it would be, if we check for our default, going onto the body, we see that our offset is 0. So this is where our material offset, this guy, is onto 0. So this would be our normal. And if you want to set it up as an integer parameter, you take this little guy here, slide him over here, this any state, right click, and you make this 0 for your integer parameter. And then you create a new couple other ones. Say, let's say for example, we have SWAD. And then we got another one for Blue Jay. And then you would make transitions just like you would a normal integer parameter. If you want to just do a bool where you just have one material change, then you would simply set it up as this. Let me get rid of that. So you'd have your normal, and then you'd have your material swap. If it's just one item. And you would make a transition. So either this be true or false. I'm just going to use feathers as an example. So true, if I wanted to change the color to a cardinal, I could be like cardinal on the menu, and then this cardinal would equal true, and then cardinal equals false. Or in this case, since I'm using feathers as the example, this would be false. If I want to have it so that cardinal was on by default, I could have, or was the on option, then I could do vice versa. That's essentially how to set up a material swap for an avatar. I hope this tutorial was very helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a link down in the description below, and happy avatar making. Thank you, and see you in the next one.
All the rage, everything I won't be